Welcome. Before the world falls asleep, let's hear a story that speaks to the heart. Just maybe, this one will stay with you. Listen till the end. It was a lazy Sunday morning when Leo wandered into the flea market. The air smelled of roasted chestnuts and old books. Tables brimmed with forgotten treasures, vinyl records, worn postcards, and dusty toys from another era. He wasn't looking for anything in particular. He just liked the feeling of history clinging to old things. That's when he saw it. A vintage camera sat alone on the edge of a vendor's table, its leather case cracked but dignified, like a proud elder. Leo picked it up carefully. It was heavier than he expected, solid and cool in his hands. $10, the vendor said. It still clicks, but I don't know if it works. Leo turned the winding lever. It moved with a soft resistance. He pressed the shutter. It snapped like a secret being kept. A small red number showed through the window, 27. There was film inside. Back home, Leo sat at his kitchen table, turning the camera over in his hands. Who had used it last? What did they see through its lens? He couldn't shake the feeling that the camera had one more story to tell. He found a local photo lab that still developed film. A week later, a small envelope arrived with 27 printed photos. Leo opened it like a time capsule. The photos were quiet, soft in tone, nothing dramatic. A young couple on a picnic blanket. A woman with freckles laughing near a fountain. A man tying his daughter's shoes in a park. A blurry dog chasing a red ball. And the last photo, a handwritten sign taped to a tree. If you find this camera, I hope you find joy in these little moments we loved. Leo stared at that last picture for a long time. The photos weren't masterpieces, but there was something sincere about them. Honest, unposed. They looked like love, and it moved him more than he expected. Leo wasn't a photographer, but those pictures stayed with him. He pinned them above his desk. Every day he looked at them before work. The girls' laugh, the dog's leap, the man's quiet care. A month later, he went back to the flea market. He asked the vendor if he remembered where the camera came from. The man shrugged. Stuff just shows up. Could have been from a house clearance. Leo left his number anyway, in case you get anything like that again. Weeks passed. Then one evening, his phone rang. "Hey," the vendor said. "I found a box of old negatives and letters. Might be related to that camera." Leo rushed over. The box was a treasure chest of memories. More photos, this time in black and white. Some letters, a few postcards, and a journal. It belonged to a woman named Nora. From what Leo could piece together, she had used the camera throughout her life. The letters were to a man named Elliot, who had died young, but the journal continued long after. Nora wrote to him for decades, as if he were still reading.
She had never remarried.
But she had lived a full life, gardening, teaching art, traveling, and photographing everything. Leo felt like he had stepped into someone's heart. The last journal entry was dated 2 years ago. "I still carry the camera sometimes. I don't know why. Maybe to keep you near, or maybe to share the things I still find beautiful." Leo closed the book gently. He didn't know Nora, but somehow, through her photos and words, he did. He saw her joy, her grief, her wonder, and it changed something in him. That weekend, Leo bought a roll of film. He began taking pictures, his morning coffee steaming by the window, kids playing near the corner store, a stray cat basking on a wall. Nothing extraordinary, just moments. He started a blog and shared Nora's story, how a forgotten camera found its way to a stranger and reminded him that life was full of little wonders if you just remembered to look. The post went viral. People began writing to Leo, sharing stories of their loved ones, their memories, their own forgotten treasures. Someone even recognized Nora from an old photography group. She had passed away peacefully, they said, but would have loved knowing her pictures were still speaking. Leo kept the camera, but he never took the last photo. He liked the idea that it still held one more memory waiting to be made.